prepare your hair, make sure that it's combed. And here we go, guys. One, two, three. I don't know if you already received the invitation, but I am already received it. So we are live on YouTube right now. So you can say hello to YouTube, guys. Hello, YouTube. How's it going, guys? I'm here with my friends today, and let me see. I'm really happy, guys. You can imagine because this is the first time that I'm doing it right now. So let me just see the. I'm gonna split you in small rooms. Just let me see here. Uh, I think that's three rules. Create. Let me see here. Assign. Yeah. A lot of people today. 12 people. Oh my God. I think that I'm gonna create more. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deixa sec, guys. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And now I'm gonna delete one more. And guys, uh, now I think that's gonna work. See you 10 or 5 minutes before then, okay? And bye bye, guys. See you.
Bruno, just a second. Could you send the questions again?
Oh my God, yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Enjoying the room.
Yeah. So it's working, right? Yeah. Is that, let me see here. Okay. Marlon, I think that you need to accept the invitation. I don't know if you already received it. Ah, nice. Oh my God, that's awesome. Really nice, guys. So, uh, let's see here, guys. Yes. And guys, really happy to to be here guiding the conversation. And you have the questions here. So I will start presenting myself first, and then I will choose one to do the same, right? My name is Bruno. I'm 34 years old. I'm married. I live in Santos, born and raised here, and I have two kids. Uh, I've been married for 10 years, you know, and I work at a freight forwarder company for 10 years also, everything happened in the same time in my life. I got married, I got a new job, I got a baby, and it was crazy in that moment, but I survived, right? And what else? I've been practicing English for a long time, since I was 12, but I had my ups and downs. But nowadays, I can say that I feel more comfortable to speak, to have a communication with someone else, you know. And what else? I'm part of this team around 1 year and a half, and for me, talking talk is one of the reasons that I am speaking much better, because before I was like try to reading something, try to practicing speaking on my own, but it's different when you have people to speak with, to talk with. So it's really different, and it's much better, So, and guys, basically that's it, you know. And you, Gabi, can you present yourself to us, please?
Sure. So, hello guys. My name is Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. Next month, I will completed my 32 years old. And I'm a food engineer and I work as a science entrepreneur. So I have my own business. I have a startup focused on ingredient solutions for the plant-based market. I'm not married. I don't have babies. I don't have brothers and sisters and live alone. I was born in Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. But 2 years ago, I came to Rio de Janeiro to do my postdoctoral research. So now I living in this beautiful city. On my free time, I really like to go to fairs, watching movies and series, listen to music, stay with my friends, run. I'm a running girl. I'm trying to do my best every week, run kilometer per kilometer, and I think that's it, guys. I studied English for many years ago in a traditional school, and I started on Talk and Talk to 2021, I think so. And then I started here as a host in January this year. And I'm staying here to practice my English. I'm not consider my English well so good, but I'm trying to improve it. That's it, guys.
Come on, girl. Come on. How come you mentioned this that your English is not good? Your English is perfect, girl. Thanks for sharing, Gabi. And what about you, Bianca? Who are you?
Well, my name is Bianca. I am 27 years old. I was born in Itaquera, São Paulo, so I am Corintiana. Yes. I grew up in São Roque. It's a countryside of São Paulo. And in 2014, I moved to Campinas to get my degree. To get my degree. Now I am living in Sumaré. It's close to Campinas, but it's not in Campinas. I have been practicing English for a long time, since my 10 years old, I think. But now I am rushing because I have a test to take in the next year, 2024, the TOEFL test. So I'm very worried about it, and I'm rushing a lot to get this test, to get this goal, the goals of this test, actually. I'm not married. I don't have children. I live alone. I don't live alone, actually. I have 2 cats. So I live with Marquinhos and Mary. They are my 2 cats. And in my free time, I go to the gym, or I watch some movies, or I clean my house and take care of myself sometimes. It's what I do in my free time, I think. It's that.
Really nice, Bianca. And I wish you all the best in on this test, you know. I know, I imagine, you know, that you are anxious about it, but I know, I'm sure that you're gonna make a really good score on the test, and you will accomplish your mission and, you know, living your dream. I don't know if you plan to live abroad, but I hope that you can, you know, accomplish your goals. I will be here on my place supporting you, right? And wishing you the best. Thanks for sharing, Yanka. Really nice to hear that. And what about you, Mr. Davi?
Yo, good morning for you all.
Good
The
morning.
camera was turned off because I was cutting my hair. I cut my hair, and I'm trying to do something here to save money. Yeah, my name is Davi, but you can call me Davy, as I said before here, because we are in the English group. We need to talk to me in Davy. Call me Davy, please. No. Uh, I'm 38 years old. I'm married. I have father. I have one daughter. So cute, of course. Um, Yeah, I work in a call center like a coordinator over there, and I'm studying IT because I'm looking for another job, another company, and the possibility to work in other place around the world. This for me is a great life. It doesn't matter if I have a lot of money in my hand, but I wanna be free. I wanna be free, the opportunity to work in another place. For example, 6 months here in my city, 6 months in another country. For me, it's a great life. And in this moment, I'm looking for it. In the English is for me, it's a great door to open the great opportunity that I can use to change my life and to come true a lot of dreams that I have. That's it.
Really nice words, man. And I totally agree with you that English is one of the keys to open the doors that we have in life. I think that today it's essential to have this skill on under your belt. So really nice to hear that, man. Thanks for sharing. And guys, I would like to know from you, do you consider yourself a good communicator? Uh, Bianca, what do you think about it?
Well, I don't consider that I am a good communicator because I have to put a huge effort to make a good communication, to have a mind line, I think, and to pass my ideas, because in my head it's all very messy, and to put these things in order and pass the idea, to me it's very hard, but I am trying, I am working on it and trying to improve this ability. I think communication is an ability to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you about communication is something that we will learn along the way, along the life. But I don't agree with you when you told us that you are a bad communicator, because here, at least, you are doing great. So, but I understand you because I feel the same, in my situation. For example, when I need to express something, and if I got or get nervous, anxious about something, it I used to mix the words and I remember one day that I was in the previous company that I worked. We were with a lot of work to do, and let's say that the salary was not so good, right? And we were like very stressed. And we had a meeting, with the owner companies, and I was like, this is the moment that I have to say everything that I need to say, right? But when I arrived at the room to have this conversation, I started to talk a lot, but every single word that I said was like people would not understand what I'm saying, because I was so nervous and I was so anxious that the words came out of my mouth in a not in a proper way, was all mixed up. And people that knew me because we lived together, not lived together, but we worked together for so long. They, it's funny, but they were translating for me what I'm trying to say. And the owner of the company, he she understood the message, and she was shocked because we were living a lot of things and she didn't know about it. And then after that meeting, I realized that I needed to work on it. Nowadays, I'm feeling a little bit better about it, but I don't consider myself as a good communicator. I can improve. We all can improve, but I don't consider myself that good communicator. I can handle some situations if I need it, but you know, not like that people that like to speak up in front of everyone and do that show. I'm not this kind of person. And what about you, Gabi? Who are you? Are you a good communicator?
Well, I consider myself a good communicator. I think in moments that I feel a little bit nervous, like in an environment that I know that I am evaluated for the others, like an
Mm-hmm.
interview or in a place that I presenting my job, presenting my business, or mm, I don't know. I think in this type of environment, I think that sometimes I don't consider myself a good communicator, because it's like you said, it's like that words are not in my mind, and I don't feel comfortable to be myself. And I think when we feel comfortable to be ourselves is the best way to be a good communicator. So
Yeah.
between friends, when I with my team on my job, or when I'm with people that I feel that I can be myself, I know I totally sure that I'm a good communicator, even when I have to start a difficult conversation, when I have a problem with someone, when I have a problem with a friend or a relative. But in some situations that it's like it's the situation that I need to be approved, or I think in this situation I'm not, sometimes I'm not so a good communicator. I need to train a lot to pass the message that I want. Because if I don't do it, it's like, oh, I'm not prepared to communicate what is my business, or what is my idea, or about the things that I do, especially in this type, like a job interview, or when I have to present my job, when I have a lecture to talk about a specific topic in my area. I think I need to, in this situation, I need to train a lot to maintain the words in my mind and to pass the message in a better way. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little bit nervous, and I think it could be compromise my communication.
Really nice words. Nice. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes it's really hard to say something, and we need to practice a little bit before we say something in order to make sure that everything is gonna be all right. Really nice, Gabi.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
for
think
sharing.
it's not a rule, because if you have
Yeah.
if you are in a friend with friends, and we have a difficult conversation with I don't know, with your mother, your father, in your case with
Mm-hmm.
your daughter, um, you don't need to train a lot the things that you want to say, because it's not a
Exactly.
natural way. But in
Yeah.
in in places that you have a time to pass your message, or in the places that you are evaluated, I think in this situation, it's crucial to train a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mainly on, for example, in a job interview, as you said, it's essential to have this in mind, in mind about training a little bit before go there. It's it matters a lot for a person that will pass through this interview, and yeah, really nice words, Gabi. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Mr. Davey? Do you consider
Yeah.
yourself a good communicator?
How can I start it to say about it? Because uh, in my job, for me, it's really easy, because there I'm working with many people, and a lot of moments we have some problems to solve there. And thinking about it, I consider me a good communicator, but in the real life, when I'm with my friends or uh, when I'm just starting small talk, it for me sometimes it scares me sometimes, you know. Uh, I'm sounds better than long years ago in my teenager in my childhood. Childhood is really bad, you know, because to talk with different people in
Mhm.
my childhood, oh my goodness, my heart starts to beat so fast, you know. But now I consider me I don't know if I could say a good speaker, something like that, but I now I consider more comfortable to talk with different people, you know, to start a conversation, to small talk, to break the ice. For me, it's nice, you know, and it's
Mhm.
more easy. It starts smoothly, really soft, you know. I don't feel many pressure when I start to conversation with different people to start relationships, something like this, you know. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice, man. Thanks for sharing. And guys, sometimes we say something and people don't understand, as I mentioned before in my story, my example. Uh, how is the best way to get your message across and make sure that people understand it? Bianca, what do you think about it? Do you have any strategy to make sure that people will understand what you are saying?
Yeah, I have some strategies, but don't work very well sometimes.
No way,
Uh,
really?
yeah. But mainly in English, for example, I believe that we have to talk slowly,
Yeah,
to think about what we are saying. So I try to lower my tone of voice and I try to speak slowly. And speaking slowly, I have time to think what I am saying.
yeah,
It sounds mechanic sometimes, but it's time. It's with time. I think we need time to think to pass our message. So the best way to get my message to other people is give me time and thinking that if people are here listening me, they want to be here listening me or they need or things like that, but they aren't obligated to do it, you know. I have this space to talk, to pass my message, to pass what I am thinking. I think it's that because bothers me a little bit to think that the people are obligated to listen me, but in the most of time isn't that. We are sharing experience, we are here to listen each other, to help each other. So yeah, I think in the situation too. To me, I'm thinking the situation and thinking about who I am in that space and which space I have in that conversation. It's more about my inner self, I think. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. You said something really interesting because sometimes people want to show up in an environment that maybe they don't need to do it, Sometimes, for example, in a business environment, for example, you know that there are people there. Of course, everyone needs to be listened, right? Heard. Everyone needs to be heard. But sometimes when the boss is talking, you need to give him the time to speak. And then when you have the time to speak, you can also express yourself. But you need to learn how to do it in order to not be unpolite. So that's the point. Really great point, Bianca. And let me ask you one more thing. When it comes to English, for example, uh, did you have any previous experience about uh, be apart from talk, that you need to use your English and express your ideas in a way that people understand your message. How was it for you?
I am doing my PhD at Unicamp, and I had a class that I had to do a presentation in English about labor
Oh my
market,
God.
about was terrible, man. But but I had
No
to do
way.
this presentation in English. So I took some weeks to do that presentation. So I was very anxious, but when the time came, when the presentation came, actually it wasn't very less bad that I thought.
Yeah.
So was difficult. I had some harsh corrections about my English, not about the content of my presentation, but about my
Yeah.
English. I was the only Brazilian in that in that discipline.
Big
Uh,
responsible.
yes, was a big. So yeah, it was a big responsible. But you know, I think we need some. I need we need some. I don't know how can I say,
Motivation,
not more comprehension.
comprehension, of course. Yeah.
We need some comprehension. We are humans. We are going to make mistakes sometimes. We don't need, we are adults. We don't need a harsh correction sometimes. We just need to be comprehended, I think,
Yeah.
and be listened too. But I had this experience was a little stressed to me, but I get it, and I get it with an A in the end. So we are winner in this.
Ooh, really nice, really nice. I'm really proud of you because of that, you know. It's really hard to say something in English in front of a lot of people, you know. It's really nice. It means that you are prepared to do your test and you will gonna rock for sure. Really nice, Bianca. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Mr. David? Have you ever lived a situation where you need to get your message across and people understand? How do you prepare yourself to do it, you know, and make sure that people can understand you?
Yeah, it's bad sometimes when you are in a meeting and you need to do some effort that the other person understand you. Um, for me, it's sometimes it's bad because you start thinking a lot about something that some way that you can use to say the message the other person if the other person will understand you correctly, you know, as
Yeah.
say, equally that you are thinking, you know, your mind thinking about it, but when you start speaking, the other person don't understand the same way, you know, it's really bad. Sometimes it scares me. But uh, when in the meeting, when I need to do something like this, my plan is talk the same thing more or less 2 times, you know, and I use this because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I ask, you understand me? Oh yeah, and even if they say to me, oh I understood. Okay, I repeat the same saying, the same thing that maybe someone can lost some information that I'm saying to her to him, you know. But it
Mm-hmm.
happens during the meeting. It really scares me sometimes. Now talking about the English, I had an opportunity one time to conduct a meeting. A meeting face to face here in Salvador. It for me it's really
Oh my
bad.
God.
I was talking with some guy. Um, I don't know. I think he was American or British. I don't know. But by email, and they prepared a meeting here in Salvador. Wow, it for me it's really bad. When I arrived there was three people just talking English to talk to me. Wow, my English is not too good to talk with them, no? But I tried it
My
and
God.
I conducted the meeting. It was a great experience that I had, you know. For me, it's really good. I could say many things. I could express my idea. I could explain. many things to them. For me, I when the meeting is over, I felt really excited, because wow, I got it. I could say to me, and when I took the bus, I could say, wow, I can talk in English with many people around the world. I feel more comfortable. I feel more excited because I see, uh, even if I could see many friends of mine said to me, "Oh man, your English is not too good," or correcting me. I start to understand. Wow, if I have an opportunity to talk with some people face to face, or talking with Indian guys, if you know how to talk with a Indian and you understand a lot of words they are talking, man, your English is perfect. This is my concept about it. That's it.
Really nice, man. Yeah. One of the interesting things about language is the accent, right? Because, for example, here in Brazil, we have different accents all over Brazil. And it's funny in the same time, it's awesome because each region, let's say like this, has your own way to see things, to say things, and it's awesome. It's beautiful, It's the same in English. And in English, like, it's not just about English countries, that they have different accents. We English is in a different escalation, scale, because English is a language used all over the world. So, for example, as you said, we have Indian, we have Australian people, we have American people, British people. So it changes depending of the place that you are or people that you are talking about, from different places. So it's awesome. I think I agree that to understand Indian people speaking, it's a real challenge, But I think British is something really hard to understand sometimes, people, you know, and Irish people speaking, it's like crazy. It's really like it's a nightmare, And it depends of the place or the people
Yeah.
that, yeah, really, really scare sometimes. But in general, I think that we can handle it. And really nice words, man. Nice to hear that. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Gabi? What do you think about it? How to get your message across?
I have some strategies similar that Yanka shared with us. I think speak slowly, it's a good strategy. In English, I think it's more important, but in Portuguese, I think when we I believe that one of the most important part of the communication is to listen to the others. So if you speak
Yeah.
slowly, you can listen the others better. So I
Hmm.
think this is a good strategy, but I think to choose simple words and to simple words and to don't use I don't know, it's not related to vocabulary, but I think you need to simplify the message
Yeah,
because especially
exactly.
I think in some situations at work, like if I work with people that don't have the same specialization as me or don't have the because they are in a different step of the graduation, I think
Yeah,
I need to turn the message more simple because
yeah.
I think in this way to use simple words and to put myself in the place that the other people, it's a good way because I think
Hmm.
if I don't understand what I'm saying, probably the other people don't understand in the same way. So
Hmm.
I think use simple words and to simplify the message and speak slowly. It's the three strategies that I adopt to communicate. And I consider myself a good listener than a good talker. Because sometimes if I feel a little bit nervous, I think my message is not so clear, but I'm so good to listen the other people. I put all my efforts to listen the other people, and I think I became more listener when I came to Rio, and I need to know other people. And one way to know the people, how they are, is to be a good listener. And
Yeah.
don't think that you need to talk about you all the time. You need to listen the other people and then speak. I think this is the best strategy that I apply on my daily life. And in situations that I think that the message was so not clear to the others, well, I think when I went to Switzerland and I spent 1 week in this country, and I think in the first days that I stayed there, I don't feel comfortable to speak in English all the time. And I was in a group that people are not American. People are different parts of the world and had different accents and have different experiences in English. For example, most of people in my group lived abroad for a long time. It's not my case. I don't spend I don't know 6 months, 1 year abroad. So I didn't have an experience that I need to talk in English all the time. And the other people in my group had this type of experience. So the comparison it's not fair. And I remember that I feel a little bit nervous I'm feel worried about to talk in English, because I thought all the time, oh my God, my English is not good compared to the others. And it's not fair. So when I realized that I need to break the rules and just to be myself and talk the way that I know to talk, I realized that I became more fluid and I have good conversations with other people, and people started to understand me better. So I think that's it. So in this situation, I remember that the first date were complicated, but at the end of the time that I stayed there, I think my communication was better.
Really nice words. It's one thing that you said here about people don't have sometimes people don't have the same background that you have, right? And people want like people like to show up and express themselves in a fancy way, using fancy words, like, it's unnecessary, Sometimes you just need to be simple to get your message across, and make sure that people can understand it. Really nice point, Gabi. And about this experience that you had, do you think that it's better to speak in English with someone in person, or it's better to have a conversation online? Because, for example, in my mind, when you are in person, sometimes when you don't have the enough vocabulary to express yourself, you can make, gestures and make sure that people are gonna understand it. What do you think about it?
I'm not sure about my answer, but I think because when we are in person, one thing that one thing that happened in my mind is that people are talking to me, and I don't have a time to process the message that what the people are saying to me, and
Yeah.
to elaborate a perfect answer to talk with the other people. It's different
Yeah.
when we are online. We have more time, we have some breaks. But in person, sometimes the other people that are talking to me in English, they talk so fast, and
Yeah.
I try to
Hmm.
to talk so fast too, but
Yeah.
I don't have problems when I do it, because my mind don't it's not the same rhythm with my speaking. So
Yeah, exactly.
sometimes I don't speak well, because I'm processing the message in my mind, I'm processing the words, and the pronunciation is not so good, because in this situation. But I think it's just happened in the first meeting, like in the first
Hmm.
seconds that you are starting a conversation in another language. So
Hmm.
when we are developing the conversation, the things came down, and you can talk in a fluent way. Na,
Hmm.
the conversation is more it's more fluent. It's more calm, and so you can understand the rhythm of the conversation. I think at the start of the conversation, it's a little bit complicated to me, but then I feel more comfortable, and I I can uh, talk in the way that people understand me.
Yeah.
But one thing that I would like to know about it, I think one thing that it's that compromise the communication in English, it's that I don't know about you guys, but in my case, I'm not feeling as I am in another language. I, it I don't know. I'm not feel the same person, because I feel that I can express my feelings in a better way in Portuguese than in English.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
In
don't
my
know,
case too. In my
maybe
case
because
too.
I know a lot of words to express myself in Portuguese,
Hmm.
and I don't have the same huge vocabulary to express myself in another language. So
Yeah.
sometimes this could be compromise the communication, because I'm not feel
Yeah.
so me, because
Yeah.
I don't have a huge vocabulary to express me as I want.
Really nice. Great point, because I already heard that people used to say that they don't feel the same. In my opinion, that there are 2 points. The first one, for example, if you are living in another country, you will feel other person because you are in that environment, and you a kind of uh, have a transformation, the your values can change because the place that you are, and as you said, sometimes in my case, for example, as I didn't have this experience yet to live in another country, I feel the same, of course, with less vocabulary to express myself, but I feel the same. But I think that if I moved to another country and leave that environment, maybe I would feel other person. What about you, Bianca? What do you think about it? Do you think that you are the same when you speak in English and in Portuguese?
Yeah, I think that I am the same, but I think that I am less comfortable because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if the other are understand me. So I am worried about every time if I am being clear about my message. So I think I am more stressed in English than in Portuguese, of course,
Yeah,
actually.
for sure. Really nice. Nice. And you, Davey, do you feel the same when
Oh,
you speak in English and Portuguese?
oh man, more or less, you know. In Portuguese, I get to talk a little bit faster, you know. But in English,
Yeah.
I need to talk a little bit slowly, you know. But it's really good when you know how to express some idea, to say your point of view, and express how do you feel this day. It's really good
Yeah.
when you can, for example, turn off, uh, turn on the idiom. For example, you turn off the Portuguese, turn off the Portuguese and turn on the English, something like this, it's really good. And I'm looking for it, I'm looking for it daily when I'm here on TAT practicing English because I just want to talk with someone in Portuguese in my side. In another moment, I'm talking with someone in English fluently, which is normal. It's
Yeah.
for me, it's really good. I'm looking for it. I know that it's the process, it's the part of the process, but I could say that if everything is possible, and when you wanna achieve your goals, everything is possible. That's it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Really good words. Thanks for sharing, my friend. Welcome back, guys. The conversation here was awesome. I feel like that we didn't have enough time to express our ideas. We have a lot of questions to answer yet, but 1 hour sometimes I feel that it's just a little, it's not enough to express the ideas and to communicate in general. And I would like to know how was the conversation in the small room. Mr. Mateus, how's it going, man? How are you feeling about the conversation, about your life? Open your heart, my friend.
Perfect, Bruno. I like very well this topic, this communication. Yeah, during this time, I see the different point of view, the people's experience in your life. For me, in particular, communication is a good pillar in my career. And during my career, the communication was how can I say, one good pillar for me. How can I say? It resolved some topic, some situation in my career because the communication is for me. Communication, it's a good. I like very well the all types of the communication by email, by video, all the communications for me, it's very, very important for the process, for the relationships. I think it's important for the communication for relationship in the people, for resolve the problems, explain the different things, explain the situation. I like very well this topic, the communication, Bruno.
Really nice, man. I'm really happy to see you here. And I will try to bring some good topics like this to discussion. And I'm really happy to see that you like it, man. Thanks for sharing, my friend. And let me see here. What about you, Mr. João Pedro? How was the conversation, man?
Was amazing. Like the questions, not the questions, but the answer were deeper than we thought reading the questions. So I think that we have a lot to talk about communication. So all the questions just turn to other level of discussions, and I think that we have learned a lot and shared good experience.
Really nice, man. And really nice words. And let me see here. Let me ask you for one more person. Valeska, can you tell us how was the conversation for you in the small rooms?
Yes, for me, it was so good. I in every question we talk a lot with many
Nice.
examples about our uh, situations, experiences
Mm-hmm.
in each area that we work it or work it. So I think it was so good for this topic. for our communication skill in English too.
Really nice words, Valiska. Thanks for sharing. And guys, I sent you some links, you know. The first one is about our site. So if you want to apply to another language, you can go there, right? We would be happy to have you here for more time, right? The second one is about our YouTube channel. If you want to check the meeting, how was the conversation here in the main room, you know, you can go there. We have our survey, right? So it's really important to know your opinion about the topic, about the conversation, about the community in general, you know. So please go there, rate us because it's really important, right? And if you want to make some suggestion about topics, feel free, right? The fourth one is about my LinkedIn profile. So if you want to be my friend on LinkedIn, I would be happy to have you in my friendship list, right? Because sometimes we are here talking and talking, right? But we don't even know each other. We don't know, we don't have the contact, you know, to maybe uh, we usually say here on Talking Talk that we are here to, of course, to express our ideas in a certain language, but we need to have the network thing, you know. It's really important because, for example, I am a financial analyst, right? But I don't know about the future. Maybe I need a job or vice versa, you know. Maybe I can help you with something. So it's really important to have this network, you know. And when we are together helping each other, I think that the things can happen in a good way, you know, for both sides. It's like a partnership, right? And the last link is about become a host or a hostess, right? So I became a host around 1 year and a half, and I feel more comfortable to speak up in English, you know. Of course that I don't know everything. I need to learn a lot. And I have my plans for the future also, you know. I really want to use English in my daily basis in a way that I get bored about to speak in English, you know. That's my goal for my life. And Talking Talk gave me this opportunity, you know, to express myself, to have a kind of job, you know, here, because for me it's really important. Your presence here in this meeting is really important. Hear you for me it's really important, you know. And guys, each one of you are important for me, you know. When people don't come to my meeting, I feel like, oh, eh, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, you know. Maybe the topic is not so good. So it's like, and you kind of develop your leadership when you become a host, you know, because before the scene, we need to, you know, make sure that everything is gonna work out for your good, you know, for your excitement. So become a host for me was one of the best experience, you know. And the first one about a professional uh, environment, let's say like this, you know. And I hope that I can be here for a long time. But if you want to have this opportunity, just apply yourself to the vacancy, you know, and make the movement, you know, make the move. So, guys, that's it. I'm really happy to see you all here. It's really important for me, as I said. And I invite you to be here in the next week, you know, in the next Saturday. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend, you know. I'm really happy because it was the first time that I was uh, I was arrange everything beyond the scenes to make sure that the conversation would be good, you know. And I think that it works in some way. And I am doing it because of you guys. That's my goal, right? And basically that's it, my friends. So I wish you a wonderful weekend and I see you in the next weekend or maybe along the week. Okay.
Okay.
And that's it, my friends. See you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Bye
coming.
bye, people. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, my friends.